Hello, everyone. Welcome back to me, Bloodlust Night. That sounded awful. I might as well try and do something different. Oh, I'm not going to try and do any editing or anything. There's not much I can do. I don't have much experience for it yet. Anyways, just here to give you an update on here of World of Tanks. I have been gone for such a long time. Many of you don't know what I've been doing. So yes, I have thankfully been doing this on the side, even though I was unfortunately unable to do any streaming, which right now I still can't. So all I'm doing is just recordings and then uploading to YouTube. So right now this is just basically a recording of showing you how I am on World of Tanks right now, which, as you can see, I did get the new tanks. So this is maxed out because, again, I left before all this started, where all the Christmas stuff started. So now I'm back, and I have been playing on the side this before I got my place because there was Wi-Fi. I was using that. So yeah, just to show you everything that went on with all the Christmas containers, or boxes in this one. All the missions are done. Yeah, they're all done. I got Chaffee with all his stuff. Ah, yeah, good boy. Got that, he gives me that. I don't know why one of his toys is a giant tire. And, oh yeah. Over here, I did skip the red shire cat. I got the cat. Which all the cat does is just gives you these. I wish they did the cat something different, or at least give you additional missions, but no, you had to pay for these. Mila's assignments you had to pay for, which her assignments and Arnie's assignments was very differently. Of course, you had to basically use these resources up here to pay for it. I don't know, you just had to. And you had to complete and pay for theirs in order to get this, which is just village decorations. What they mean by village decorations is the good old large decorations. So they've still been using this village template for a long time now. So of course the train's still here. Where's the train? There is. The train's still there, which unfortunately the train is stuck. Arnie plows it and lets the train go through. And I forgot which one's which. One of them's the bridge, one's the Ferris wheel, one's here, and then one's the giant blimp in the air, which the blimp is new. Oh, someone gives you these fire sticks here. The blimp is new. That's it. The thing that's still sad is, like, last time before what I liked was that there was, of course, now there's these. There was large Christmas decorations up here. I remember one time before they had the Ferris wheel, they had a big one up here, like bears and stuff. And they had a few down here. I like them when it was down here. So maybe next time they'll try and put a large one back down here. I liked it when it was down here. So anyways, you can see the old garage ones. Some of the older ones I like better than this, but Chuck Norris was different than this. Chuck Norris didn't have decorations here on the bridge. Or the castle. Castle wasn't there with Chuck Norris. But anyways, back to the point. It's all maxed out. I got all the things completed. Now it's just me gathering resources to try and get one final thing, which I'll explain here in a moment, which actually upsets me. So anyways, right now with all the things that were new, I got them all. So right here, the Panzer 38H. It is a weird little captured French tank. It's just the Samoa 30. Is it Samoa 38? I think got that one back yet. No, I didn't. It's what it is. It's a captured Samoa. So it's a French tank with German flags. Then the other ones, to where if you logged on, which I gotta let all my buddies know, that, hey, you don't have to play, just get on to get your free tank, which is the M1643 Sahariano. Now, is it strong? No. Is it decent to play? Yes. But it's definitely nowhere near as strong as the M15, because for some reason, this is a medium tank, but has more armor than most tanks at the tier. It's kind of hard to pin for some reason. But this one, it's just fun. It's mobile. It's fun. So that's what I like. I like when they bring tanks like this, and it's just fun. And the only problem is because this is a tier 3, you got people like I'm just going down testing it out, and then you have those who are like seal clubbers and are like, I have a premium tank again. So that's the issue. Other than that, there was another tier 3. If I can find it here. It's hard for me to remember these because the fact that I just do not play low tier. Was there another tier 3? I know there's a tier 4. Ah. It's not a new one, it's a returning one. The M3 Lite. So this kind of makes me a little bit happy because I had this in console, and I played it just for fun. So basically all the M3 Lite is an M3 Stuart, but under Russia. So we go over here to US, and as you see, right here, M3 Stuart. That's all it is. With the old turret. So this is the M3 Stuart upgraded with the newer turret and everything. We just basically lend-leased out to Russia to assist them. So that's what it is. It's an M3 Stuart over in Russia. So I was kind of happy. Again, it's a returning light tank. It's not new. It's been gone for a long time. Because usually they do not sell low tiers. Wargaming's shying away from that to try and cope with the seal clubbers, but that's not the main solution for it. Then there was I believe there was a new tier 4. Let's see, where is it? Ah. One of the weirdest ones, and I believe it is the one that is the death trap for drivers, the Harry Hopkins. I'll have to look at it again with a tank museum. I know he has this. I think this was the one he went and interviewed in the tank museum saying that this was the death trap for drivers as the worst tank to be in. Driver sits here. And the reason why I say that is because if this is the correct one, it's where you can easily get your foot stuck in between the pedals, and when you do, the only way to get you out is to amputate you. So, and plus, you're right here in the dead front with little armor. But Harry Hopkins in here, thankfully, is not a death trap. But it, of course, is a light tank, but is a very fragile, weird light tank. Spotting is very low. Of course, he is very low right now. I don't have much trained on him. I have all these books for Britain, but they're not 100% crew, so I can't put them on. So eventually, occasionally I will try and play this just for fun. I was playing it a little bit because tier 4s did count for these missions, but I wasn't playing heavily on it. So, I barely played this. I barely played this, which was last year's new vehicle. Yeah, Harry Hopkins is, to me right now, a little weak, but we'll see when I get these guys trained up. So, we'll see how that goes. Now, as for other new vehicles, there are 2 brand new tier 5s, which you saw at the very beginning. Panzerkampfwagen KV1, not KW1. W is a V in German. KV1. It's a captured KV1 that they put their own equipment in to help it because it probably wasn't fully functional, or they just didn't like the way Russian equipment was. I don't know. It's something I have to look at more, but they did that with most of the captured tanks. So, yeah, 2 of them are 2 captured German tanks. Well, captured tanks under Germany. So, but yeah. So it's just a KV1 under the German nation with a few twists that are also bad. So, biggest one, as you can see, there's a giant cupola on its head. Compared to the original KV1. It's a giant cupola on its head. So that's a huge weak spot. But what's really nice about this one is that the gun is at least decent. It's the 7.5. So shoots pretty fast. It's a decent gun. I enjoy it. This is fun. Is it overpowered? Compared to the original KV1? No. Because you can easily kill it. But is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. And you can still beat down other KV1s. You just sit there and just beat them down. You just whittle away each other all the time, so it's great. You can just sit there and do that. So that's a nice thing. Armor layout's still the same. You just got a giant cupola on your head. So that, I believe, is probably implemented in this game just for balancing purposes, because if this was exactly a KV1 that was captured and modified with a 7.5, this would be very, very powerful. Excuse me. Still recovering from saliva that went down. All right. So I've done this one a few times. It's fun. I enjoy it. Another one, which is brand new, that also has a unique mechanic for itself, SU-122. Now, I haven't had the good, great old shot because I've been facing tier 7s with this thing a lot. But yes, it is a double barrel derpy boy. Double barrel derp cannon. You're better off. Don't try and do the double barrel I got caught myself doing that a few times with this. I'll eventually do a review on this one and do a few games with it. I caught myself just holding down and doing the double fire. It's like, stop doing that. You're missing a lot. You're missing half your shots with that because, one, it's a derp cannon, so it's not as accurate. And because the way HEs work, you need to be precise of where you hit your HE shots. But I keep doing that. I'm like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do because I'm sitting there holding to shoot when I can instantly shoot and take out the light tanks. But it's a tier 5 double barrel, and it's a tank destroyer. So thankfully it's not the tier 6 KV2 double barrel, because they did try doing that and it failed. So yeah, that's one of the new ones. All in all, the tier 5s are really fun. The lower tiers, I can't give you a whole thing on them yet because I just don't play low tiers a whole lot. But yeah, the 2 tier 5s are just, I like them. I enjoy them a lot. So those were the lower tier ones. So those are 5 lower tier ones. Then there's 5 high tier ones they added in, which all 5 of them, 3 are brand new, 2 are returning from earlier in 2022. And I did not have the 2. So I did not have the 5, but thankfully I got all 5. So 4 of them are tier 8s, 1's brand new tier 9. So go up here. And yes, like I said, this is just me just showing you what I got, and I got them all. One of the brand new one that I love so much, the Iron Arnie. This is the one I was worried about getting or not, because the fact that, well, this is the Iron Arnie, and I was too unsure if they were ever going to sell it outside of the event. Because this is Arnold Schwarzenegger's tank. Now, this is not his tank in real life. This is Wargaming putting a few modifying touches to make it a unique thing in his game. So, but yes, he does own an M46 Patton. He has it. So yeah, all this is an M46 Patton with a few modifications that Wargaming added themselves to give it its own unique bling style. It is a tier 8 with a 105. Believe it or not. 105. Now, what balances it out is a very long reload speed, and they did slightly nerf the pin, but not much. But it's a very long reload speed. It has decent mobility for a Patton, so I threw turbo on it. And yes, I have field mods. I've been playing this thing like crazy. I like this tank. Because it's a Patton. This literally is counted as extra armor of shield armor, so it is a very tough thing to pin, so it easily pokes over. I'll have to do a whole review on this. But this is the one I really wanted, and I got it, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So, see, it has that, and over here, it actually has his signature, which is nice. That's why I was kind of worried about this, if it was going to be sold after the event. It might get sold after the event. I don't know how many times, but it will not be sold with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So this is him. I got him last year. If you missed him this year, you had an opportunity to get him again. If we already had him, skipped it. But yes. What do you think? Arnie in the Iron Arnie? Is that wrong? Or is that right? So I've been enjoying it a lot. One of the 2 returning tanks that was released in here, AMBT. Now, for those of you that have watched me in my streams earlier in the year, I did not get the AMBT. It was only available in that auction at the very beginning. And the reason why I did not get the AMBT is because, well, so frankly, I ran out of gold. I ran into gold because I spent it all to get 2 tanks during the auction. The Object 268V5. And then unfortunately I got it as a joke, but they gave it to me, the 113 bow, Beijing Opera. Because of that, I had no gold left. AMBT showed up. I had nothing left, so I couldn't get it. So I was kind of happy. I knew it was going to be sold again. I just didn't know when. Because I didn't see it throughout the year. I had a feeling it was going to be here. So it's here. I got it, and I'm happy. The AMBT. Auto-reloading American tank. It has its flaws of the fact that it is just an extremely long reload. Even on the 3rd round. Extremely long reload. So that's the flaw with the AMBT. Other than that, it does hit hard. It's decently maneuverable. It's a fun tank to play. Just I'll have to do a whole review on it. I'm going to do one on all these, but I'll have to go more in detail, in depth on this while I do a few more matches myself. It's just not how I was expecting it to be. Everyone was like, it's amazing, it's overpowered, and here I am playing it going, is it really? So I'll do a few more and then get an overview. Now for the next tier 8, we're going to have to go from here all the way down here. Yeah. One is another returning one, which I'm happy. The Vipera. So, unfortunately, I had to skip the Vipera because I didn't have the money at the time. And it wasn't sold again. Now here it is. So I was happy with that one. So those were the 2 returning ones. I was hoping the TVP 100 would show up for a lot of players, but they didn't put it in. Probably because of the fact a lot of people got it because it was so easy. But this one I didn't have, so I was happy getting it, and I got it. And it is very, very powerful. Insanely powerful. Insanely busted for tier 8. Now, against tier 9s and 10s, you can usually wipe them out because you can get a gun strong enough to beat this thing. But it is very powerful. It is insane. It's just 5-round auto loader. It's real hard with strong pen. 220, 264. Now, definitely not as strong as an UDES with a TVP 100, but I mean, the fact that this there has huge frontal armor, especially down here, it's very hard to hit the lower plate. Even with that's the lower plate right here, right there. So it is a very, very strong tank. A lot of people do tank reviews. The tank reviews for me is going to be just how I feel about them, not actual full-blown review. I'm not that level yet, even though I know in-depth stuff. But this is going to be me personally because this thing's been out already for half a year, whereas AMBT's been out for nearly an entire year. And not to mention, most of these new ones were already out for a month, so it's just going to be my personal review of how I feel about it. Especially for the 4th tier 8, which is brand new, the BZ176. Yes, I gave it a Christmas camo because I got it during Christmas. This is the new Chinese heavy tank line that is about to come out very soon that has a new mechanic, rocket boosts. It is, how do I put this, really powerful. Game breaking? Not entirely. But it is very powerful. Not like the Skoda T56 that broke the meta of the game. No, this was not breaking any metas. But it is still very powerful. Big old gun. What is it? 153, 160. Big O 160 with at least 208 AP, 225 heat. And the heat does more damage. Or not heat, excuse me, not heat. A form of Hesh. It's not heat. A form of Hesh. So it's a Hesh round. That's the thing that I find discouraging of the tank, but this will be later for me saying later down the road, but that's what I find discouraging of the tank, is the fact that the gold rounds, more pen, more damage. Come on. Really? So that's the discouraging thing of the tank. Still not that high of a pen, but the fact that it is better pen with more damage, and it's an HE, counted as an HE in the game, you'll do damage to him anyways. And if you pen him, you pretty much kill him. So that's the thing I find discouraging about it. Other than that, it is, you can easily pen it down here, but it has decent gun pen, or depression. Very odd shaped, but the rocket boosts are fun. So this is a fun tank. We'll go on it later. I'm pretty sure if this is how this is, I am afraid to see what the tech tree is going to be. So that's my fear. because then it'll make it surpass the Japanese tanks. Oh, there's also a lot of news. I'll have to do that one later. And then the final one that I got, like I said, I got them all, is a new Tier 9 Premium. The Char MLE 75. The most difficult light tank I have played. It really is. Spotting only up to 442 if I'm in turbo for 18. Yes, this is the second tank in the game that has the turbo mechanic. First one being the Polish CS63. Plus, also, it has the first unique mechanic of its, well, not really unique, but one for its own for high tier. 2 round, or basically 2 shell loads of 3 rounds each. So you fire one, 1, 2, 3, fire on the other, 1, 2, 3. The only problem is that is a very, very long reload. It is decent pin, but not high enough damage for a tier 9. Because of that, and the fact that I just can't get it spotting up, I could, but I might be able to with one more skill. Other than that, that's about it. It's very difficult to get this thing max view range. It is super, super fast, but it does limit a few mobility. So this will be another thing I'll be talking about later. Other than that, is it enjoyable? I wouldn't say it is. It's uniquely challenged. It is very difficult to at least try and figure out how to master this thing. Now, I have seen people that already have a mark of excellence on it because they just religiously play it. They've had the time to play it. I have not. So, yeah. But anyways, that's the update that I'm going to do. And stick around for this. Hopefully you all stick around and get used to me doing YouTube due to the fact of the problems with my internet provider right now until the fiber optic comes in. But yeah, this is my update of how I am now in World of Tanks. I am caught up. I have all the vehicles. And I got this fully maxed out. And now the only thing I am trying to do left, which I don't think I will have, which a lot of people will not have, which I'm sure everyone's very upset right now, is the other Tier 9 Premium they threw in. The Object 283. Now, as you see, I have not played it. It's rigged up here. But so far, all I've been pulling out of this token machine, because this is the only place where you get it, I have only gotten rental battles every time. And you get 5 rental battles each. So you see, I pulled it 6 times and all of them were rental battles. To get it permanently is through that and hope it's not rental. It's the same drop rate. Now, I've had a buddy, he got his, literally the first one that popped. The first time this popped up, it was permanent. And then I'm just like, seriously? I'm being getting nothing but rentals. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out right now that have done way more pulls than me on these, especially when they completed all 28 missions and spent a lot to do this, including another buddy. Has not pulled the permanent one yet. So I'm sure everyone's already reaming about Wargaming, which I will tell you this, Wargaming, unless you send this thing up to be bought at the end, like not later down the road in the premium shop, right now, at the end of the event, near the end, at least give us 3 to 5 days to be able to purchase it ourselves. This, doing it this way and then giving it just rental battles instead of permanently was pretty much very, very poor decision, in my opinion. Very poor. For a marketing standpoint, very poor. We're just going to sit. A lot of people don't really play. They play for free. Rental battles is nice for the free-to-play players, but for those of us that collect tanks or play or just want it, from a marketing standpoint, it is very piss poor. That's all I got to say. Because now, here's this tank. Instead of trying to unlock it permanently and spend like probably 20,000 credits for it because it's a tier 9. I think they said 18. We can't do that. So you got all these people that are not able to buy a tank. So in a marketing standpoint, it is bad. Of course, right now I'm able to buy it because I bought Christmas box real quick. So please, Wargaming, sell this tank at the end and let us have an opportunity to get it. Don't just sit on it and let rental battles and just have me sit here. They finally removed the Waffenträger out of the garage, sadly. But yeah, so this is the last one I don't have, and again, it is being frustrated to get it unlocked permanently. It is a very, very strong tank from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing. It is a side-scraping, one of the side-scraping masters. But just haven't been able to unlock it. So other than that, that's it. Caught up on everything in tanks, and hopefully you all get used to this. And until then, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.